Thanks for the bucks, hi. Okay. We're slopping all over the place, that's awesome. I really need to see if there's a better way of dealing with ancient power. Genuinely one of the scariest attacks in the game for me. It's a cool fight, yeah. Alright. Nice, that's the first time I've actually first tried all three in a row. Granted, I started doing this yesterday, but like, still. Like a phase 2 entry. Oh, thank God that second one didn't hit. Phase 3. Did I kill him like a frame too early? I might have. I think that's fine. I think that's a fine position. Okay, I played it safer than I should have, but it's fine. Double dashes. Perfect warm-up! That's actually probably one of the hardest things I've done. That's like the first big progress I've gotten in a minute. It's like first try all 4 of my warm-up bosses. Even if I don't do anything else this session, this is already really good. Oh my god. That's going on the best runs part of the sheet. Like, actually. Side note, I forgot. This just got on my Discover Weekly one day. And I just kind of forgot about it. If this is the song I think it is. Okay, yeah, it is. At first I thought this was like an MC Ride side project, but I think it's just a sample. I think Perfect Warm-Up is like the best start of session I've ever had. Like, best thing I've done in the first, like, 10 minutes of stream. That being said, I feel like I was playing that, a bit overly predictably? I feel like there were too many situations where I just knew... Where I just felt like I knew he was going to, like, do dashes after capsule drops, and I just preemptively walked away, even though it's a 50-50. So I still could have played that better, even if it worked. I just kind of guessed right on a bunch of 50-50s that I didn't need to make 50-50s. And that's the thing I like about a lot of the bosses in this game. Even when you do them right, you're thinking about ways that you could have done them, like, more optimal and safer. What's in for 2026? Where's the one that I did for Celeste Community specifically? I think the one I did for Celeste Community specifically was, like, in for 2026 is speedrunning standalone maps, trying to get September Starfall Golden and, Tier 17s. And then out for 2026 was, what's it? I know the difficulty that was out for 2026 was Tier 18. It's all about Tier 17 now. We're all getting Tier 17 in 2026. It's so funny how Tier 17 is like almost a year old and it's only now starting to become a real thing instead of just Bizarro and Nothing World. To be fair, the original draft of the tier had shit that's just like solidly Tier 16 in it. Like, that version of it kind of fizzled through, like fizzled out. I think they had Strunter in there? I know that 9BB was there originally. And I think maybe Thunder yes, but I'm pretty sure that just got bumped up to 18 again. I could be wrong on that. Tier 7.5 in the old system is still one of the funniest things ever because it's literally just tier shut the fuck up. Like, people can't come to a consensus about if this is quote-unquote standard or quote-unquote tiered, so we just put it in the tier that's, like, in between standard and tiered. It's literally tier shut the fuck up. And then it didn't make the transition to new tier system. I'm actually really happy about that, perfect warm-up. Down. Like, I've kind of been feeling like the past few streams have been, like, mines adjacent. Basically ever since whenever I got the, plug entry up on Levy 5. So it's nice to just have, like, something that actually means something to me personally. Like, I've had good sessions since then, but nothing, like, new came from them, really. It was just farming consistency on stuff I'd already done. This is a thing that I've never done before. The, perfect warm-up. Maybe I should, like, update my warm-up every time I do it perfectly. Because, like, I had the idea to buff it if I get, like, deeper into the grind and more consistency with the announcer and stuff, so maybe every time I, like, do the warm-up perfectly, I buff it. Like, the idea for that warm-up was do Rounder, Porygon, Base, and, Wily Machine. And besides Wily Machine, I want to first try all of them. But, if I don't first try it, I have to do it 2 times in a row to, like, make up for that. Oop. Wily Machine was kind of just, like, do whatever. Like, once you get past all the other ones, just give Wily Machine a spin for a bit. But, like, if it's not going anywhere, give it a rest. Well, I guess maybe I could bump it to, like, force 2x, and then, if I make a mistake, force 3x. And then keep Wily Machine the same. And then maybe after that, start trying to force Wily Machine stuff. I think I'll do that, yeah. Or, like, I'll do the shorter warm-up for sessions where I know I'm not gonna be able to play that long. Like, even if I implemented this today, I would be, There you go? Alright, see ya. Maybe I could implement, like, the shorter warm-up for, like, shorter sessions, and then on sessions where I'm not super time crunched, I do, like, the buffed warm-up that I came up with. I think endgame boss practice is probably the most productive thing to do right now. To both go for full fortress and to make sure that when I get Wily entries, I'm not, like, shitting the bed. And also, good full fortress entries, like, good full fortress attempts to double as practice for early game. Just because of what Wily 5 is. But I think it's a pretty good system. I think the main takeaway that I've, like, gotten from this grind so far is that I need to be spamming refights to end more in future no-hits. It is, like, among the most productive things you can do practice-wise. It gets you early game practice, and also it gets you comfortable with what's usually the hardest stage of the run. It's more beneficial in games where refights don't change, like the boss arena, to be fair. Or more specifically, just, like, games with, like, flat boss arenas, generally. smiley for entry. I'm getting attached to the session. I'm gonna have to end, like, not uncomfortably, like, unfortunately quickly, though, because I started late. And I actually have school tomorrow. Okay. Please don't make me get a job and it's just me at my computer with Dystopia and a shitload of ROM hacks installed. Please don't make me get a job and it's just like Boss Gallery and Magmammal 3. Once I go through Mega Man 3, it's gonna be, like, so hard to not think of, like, every hard boss in that game as a potential montage clip. I do think trying to no-hit Celestial Woman could be a very good montage clip in the future. But also, I think that's probably the hardest boss in the series. Like, I've already had, like, probably somewhere in the ballpark of, like, a 5 to 8 hour grind for Bright in 1, and there's a lot harder boss fights in the series than Bright. To be fair, Bright probably is the hardest one in the first game, and it's, like, up there in difficulty in general. But still, there's a lot harder you can do. Okay, base fight. Lock. Working on the first montage is going to be really fun, I think. Surprised that worked. Wow, the 5 entry? Very good first 20 minutes of stream. Very good first 20 minutes. Lock. I'm just doing that. I don't think it matters in, like, when you're doing this long of a segment, but I just like doing it just to ensure that I'm getting, like, weirder RNG values. And I'm not accidentally building muscle memory for a pattern that's gonna fuck me over when I do full game. Alright. Better than last attempt, at least. Last attempt I got here, anyway. Tornado. Which thing is like, I should probably get, like, Chatterina or something. I just use, like, the Firefox Twitch pop-out window thingy. Corner. good. Gemini. My nerve control throughout this grind has been really good, I'm noticing. I guess I just get, like, nerve desensitized very easily. Gemini. I need to not get attached. I'm like accepting that I'm attached, but I'm trying to not get attached. I'm trying to detach. I think the word is detach. Streamer can't speak English? Shock. Okay. Keep me a fight. Hi. Oh, hi. Oh. That's really frustrating. It's always some stuff you've, like, never seen before with this fight. And it's, like, so hard to get situations like that in practice for some reason. I don't know why the RNG just, like, doesn't like me in practice. Or, like, it likes me in practice and then it doesn't like me when I'm actually... Like, I would like to get weird, wacky RNG situations in practice, but I just don't. I just don't. This fight was hiding its power level as hell, like, day one of the grind. Or, like, week one, really. I thought this guy was gonna be a bomb. He's, like, #1 enemy. Now he's a serial killer who brags about killing people. I think I'll try to 5x this. Hello. I think it's because what looks like it's gonna be the, like, difficulty source and what actually is the difficulty source is, like, so... There's so much, like, difference between it. It looks like the hard thing is just really keeping track of all of the telegraphs, but it's really just... Sometimes you can jump in weird ways that you didn't see coming and didn't know how to deal with. That time it wasn't the jump, it was the plug ball. I got scared and backed off, but I backed off to the corner and plug balls ride the walls, so... That was just a bad decision on my part. The stuff that's making me mess up is like never happening when I say something like this. Two. I think I would have been like happy if that fight died, if that attempt died anywhere in between Gemini and the end of the game, except for plug refights. That is like the one area where I would have been like rage baited. Like I said, my nerve control is really good. I feel like I haven't been having that many nerve stats, which is a good sign. It's just been like situational awareness that's still, or just execution mistakes. That would have happened with or without nerves. Also, this is attempt 4 of the 5x? Rockman has just genuinely been like a comeback player of the year run the past like month or so. Okay, 5x. That's good for confidence. Still playing extremely good this session though. Like if I have to like end session right now, I would be fine with like what we did today. I'll probably have to end like sometime in the next 30 minutes. I would have done attempts from start if not for the time crunch. But like I'm happy I did full fortress. Because I got good progress on it, and also I did perfect warm-up. So like, good session. This is like more than anything. This proves to me that I am like that I am still very competent like at late game, which is something I'm starting to doubt a little. Hopefully, this means the early game consistency is going to dissipate. But given how well I was playing that Wily 5, I'm not too worried about that. I just, above everything, I just hope I don't get rage baited on plug refight in a full attempt. Honestly, I think the worst thing to happen would be to, like, fluke to Wily 6, and then, like, mess up phase 2 or 3, and then as my second furthest run, I get rage baited by plug. If that was, like, my second furthest, I would just be, like, completely livid. If that's the furthest attempt, I can chalk it up to nerves. If it's second furthest, I'm just like, what am I doing? Oh, also you can just like walk towards the center if that's still like viable at that point. I only try to get on the platform beforehand just because there's a lot of times where you would just where you're like walled off from the other end of that platform. Oh, I think I figured out what the weird thing that was causing all those, like, electricity fails was. I just kind of, like, preemptively hold, I, like, preemptively, before I jump, I'm, like, already holding, right, like, left or right for a good bit. So I guess just sometimes I'm, like, delaying my jump too much? Or, like, getting caught up thinking about, getting caught up, like, reacting to the telegraph or something? I don't know how to word it, but that actually gives me valuable information. That's the thing I love about this grind. That's why this is, like, probably my favorite video game grind I've ever done. I am, like, fairly deep into this, and I am still learning things about how these sites work and, like, how my strats work and what I can be doing to optimize them. I would have loved to have that feeling for longer, but, like, I didn't think I was going to get that feeling to this extent at all throughout this grind, so, like, being able to, like, flex my analytical skills this much, it was, like, it's been really rewarding. I've enjoyed this grind a lot. Barring any, like, catastrophic mind blocks or, like, late-game crash-outs, like, end-of-grind crash-outs, I am probably giving this a 10 enjoyment rating. And also, I'm kind of considering this as, like, my first proper run for this sort of thing. I got Mega Man 1, but honestly, that's, like, so long ago that it feels like a prologue more than anything. I started that grind, like, 4 years ago. Or that shit when I was 14. Finished it when I was 15. And then I tried doing Mega Man 2, and then it just fizzled out for, like, years. And just hard video game grind in general. Down. I feel like honestly Mega Man 2 isn't gonna take me more than like 40 hours when I pick it back up. Like 42 hours. I already have like 15 old hours on it. My best progress on that is, Wily 1 to Wily 5. And I think getting to the third one. Was that up or down? Was that up or down? Oh, it was back. Girl is way too into what she's talking about down. Ah, I misspaced? Really? Really, I misspaced Purple Devil. On the last cycle, too. Like, I'm frustrated about that death, but also, like, deaths that have frustrated me haven't, like, lingered that much. I've been, like, frustrated over what happens, and I'm just kind of like, it's fine, let's run it back. Which I'm, like, very proud of myself for. I feel like the version of me that was grinding Mega Man 1 would have gotten much more annoyed by that and the plug death earlier today. Here I'm just like, that sucks, and then I just, like, go on with it. Maybe, like, complain about it for, like, a minute tops, but beyond that, I'm just like, sure. You just gotta roll with the punches. I think I've had a very good mental throughout this grind. Much better than I thought I was going to. I guess maybe it was just high difficulty expectations that fostered that. I do wonder how this grind is gonna be, like, looked at, like, after the fact. Like, once there's more of a community for this sort of thing. Like, I wonder if anyone else is ever going to go for this. I feel like that just depends on how the community, like, shapes out. Like, this is a very, very fun, very skill-based grind, so I feel like I could see other people who are, like... I don't think this is a getting your feet wet grind. I think this is, like... You're already, like, you already know what you're doing and you want to, like, level up. I think this is one of those grinds. Or, like, that's what it's gonna become. Like, I can see this being, like, a skill progression thing. Or for, like, people who are, like, trying to get into Buster-only runs, more specifically. But, like, obviously Buster-only runs have, like, a lower floor than weapons runs. So I could see somebody who's, like, done a lot of weapons runs but hasn't done much Buster-only trying this, like, prove to themselves that they're able to do it. And they're not up and carried. What the f- Why am I playing? It's probably just small sample size. Why am I playing Why 2 like shit? Hi, Desi! Contrary to the fact that I was just asking myself why I was playing like shit, this has been a very good session. Oh. Don't know how I wasn't following you already. I guess it just happens. There's like so many people where I just like don't... I like watch them for a good while and I'm just never following them. I think for me part of it is just like I don't like following people while they're live. It's just like a personal like fear thing. Even before the whole my username being what it is now thing, I would always follow people while they were offline. But I would just regularly forget to do that. So I would just like watch someone for weeks to months and then only press the follow button like way later. I did that for Heck for a while. I only followed Heck like a couple months back. Maybe even just like a month or two. Let the record show that I missed that first shot because I was putting my water bottle back on my desk. I took a sip of water at the boss gates. Oh, that one was a bit wonky, but... I think that's probably still the hardest attack, even if you do that, like, dodge in the, like, the open area strat. But maybe it's, like, not that bad if you, like, delay getting on the platform a bit. Because, like, that one also walls you off from the center. Which is, like, your backup plan if getting on it from the risky side isn't. But also, I think you kind of just, like, eat shit on that attack if you try to dodge it from the center. So it's, like, damned if you do, damned if you don't. I am very happy that I found that strat. It was kind of just like sitting there in plain sight, and I just like made an offhand observation. Like not even trying to find a strat, and I was just like, can you stand there for every fire pattern and just have it work? And it turns out it works. Okay. No funny business on that. Funny business. Actually, maybe I should just like do this. I probably should just do this, huh? It's not, like, risky at all. Why the fuck was I doing the one where I can just, like tap, like, like do a slightly longer jump tap and just die instantly? Who did that benefit? That, like, saved, like, 5 seconds at the risk of introducing a dieable thing that does not need to be introduced because the thing on the bottom is easier. Even if Mega Man 2 water is like fucking molasses. Days since I last mentioned that in Mega Man 1 and 2 being underwater actually slows the game down. Like, not even in just the game is lagging out way, it's just running slower. 0. Trans person. I am trans. Society. Okay. Ellie. Hey, did you know that in Mega Man 1 and 2 when you're underwater? Is this anything? Is that anything? That's something, right? Please tell me that's something. If you don't tell me that's anything, I'll die instantly down. Up. I think that's still my favorite bit of, like, Mega Man engine minutia. That and Mega Man 1 building up your downwards velocity on semi-solid platforms is also really good. Like, people know about that one, they just don't know why it happens. Like, they're just like, oh, sometimes he, like, falls off at, like, Mach 12, what's that all about? But the, like, the explanation for it is, oh, hold on, let me remember what time this is. The explanation for that is that whenever, in Mega Man 1, whenever you're standing on a semi-solid platform, so like a platform that you can, get on top of from beneath, basically. That platform, while you're standing on it, your downwards velocity is still building up. And the platform is just there to keep you from falling. But, if you just walk off of the platform, all of that downwards velocity that's been building up, that the platform has been, preventing from just making you fall through, is, like, it actually gets to use that. And because a lot of the time you're, like, standing on semi-solid platforms for long enough to reach terminal velocity, you just shoot down like a rock a lot of the time. It's less impactful than it sounds, honestly. It's just funny. Actually, it is fairly impactful in the speedrun. Because you could, like, put a magnet beam somewhere, and because magnet beam platforms are semi-solid, you can just, like, walk on it and then fall down faster than you would be able to normally. Without needing to really, like, jump in advance. And also being able to still, like, move horizontally. Magnet beam is such a cool utility, especially. It's like, it's a utility that's made even cooler by Mega Man 1 barely working, because it lets you do stuff like that. I played only like a tiny bit of Magnet Beam 3, but it felt really weird for like Magnet Beam to just like be in a game that's fundamentally functional. Like, what do you mean it's not, like, displaying the, Okay, also, the thing with Magnet Beam is that it looks like it's flickering the entire time. But, like, every frame, it's going, like, to a different part of its, of, like, the area that the platform covers up. So it creates this, like, flickering effect. What did we play for like 45 minutes? That was such a late shoot input. Have I ever gotten hit by Mega Drain, actually? I don't know if I have. Actually, I probably have. I just can't remember if I have during this grind. I definitely got hit by it when I was, like, doing this fight in isolation a couple of years back. Me when I'm not playing Wily 2 today, 2019 MKLAO rank card. I'm close to 50 hours of practice? Probably not hitting it this session, because I'm probably gonna end, like, before then, but... you know. Two Wily 4 entries this close to one another, with only, like, two weird fringe Wily 2 mistakes that are probably not gonna happen when I'm locked in. It's a very funny session to be having. Also, I'm, like, happy that I ditched that, like, pointless Wily 2 stage strat that was just getting me killed. Because I realized that the alternative is just easier. I honestly forgot this song is this good somehow. For some reason on my first listen I don't think it was a standout for me, but like now I'm just like, I am fucking stupid for not considering this a standout. Ball's Crush the Skull, thanks. What was that? What was that, dodge? I didn't need to be doing all that. I forgot this song has that line. I might skip this song, honestly, because I don't want to laugh at, like, the insane lyrics later on. Okay, I'm just skipping this so that I can have a song that's not gonna, like, make me laugh. This should be fine. It's gonna full send, like, fucking, it's gonna full send something from Neff, like, right after this. Two Wily 5 entries, by the way. I'm just kind of having the goat session. I don't know what I'm gonna do after this jump, honestly. Also, this is unrelated to anything, but I'm just really proud that I haven't somehow lost a VOD by now. I've actually managed to remember to... What the fuck? I still don't understand how this stupid fucking room works. Why does this fucking spine feel like it works way differently than every other spine in the game? I don't get it. Do I even have a state for this one? I got rid of it, I think. I don't need all these other states. I can just, like, do the stone fight and make a state for it. I need a new fucking strat for that room, dude. I used to not care about dying there, but I'm so consistent at 8 rooms now that, like, not getting through it, not, like, dying to the intermission rooms, like, feels a lot more annoying now. Two out of the 5 entries in not even an hour is very good, though. I just wish they weren't both Rage Bait deaths. As I was saying, I am very happy that, like, no bots have slipped through somehow. I feel like by now I would have just forgotten to download a mod, given that it's only like a week's notice and I'm notoriously bad at shit like this. I'll put the state there. See if I can, like, normalize any movement. Maybe just, like, full send it. It doesn't matter when you enter the screen, right? Yeah, it's always gonna spawn there. I'm gonna figure out the strat that I'm gonna end, I think. Maybe that's what it is. Hug the wall, then jump over. Just for the normal one. Or like normalized-ish, but you don't get like normalized, isn't it? You like good enough, really? That is definitely better than I was going for, though. I'll just make sure it's not really horrible further back and then I'll unsub. Because I have to end such now. I'll just play out while they follow. I think it's a problem. Yeah, that's just flat out better than what I was doing. Maybe I'll just like practice trade up like other documentations for the other fights. Or not, I do have the patience, I just don't have the time. Because, as I said previously, the current big three has been Tornado, Plug, and Flame, which I didn't think was going to be the big three going into this. And Tornado was like the littlest of the big three. It's like the Chris Bosch. It's like the Chris Bosch. Say Chris Bosch's name right! It's like the Chris Bosch to the Plug and Flame. I've, well, it's late. Forgive me. Okay. Sheet time, raid time, and stream. Firefox. Perfect. Warm up. 6, 1, 9. In the practice time, 49:51. $70 dollars to 70 hours. 70 hours. I'm not gonna do the formatting. Or actually, I always feel like the formatting stuff is gonna take forever. Oh, it's like 20 seconds tops. This is like probably the best like hour of like the most promising hour I've okay. I'll be back and let's find reread that. I'll probably trade Dragon here. I'll check Celeste. Not Celeste. Okay, that seems like the play. Happiest I've been with a session, with a practice session in a couple days. Alright, see ya. Hopefully I can close out this 2 segments. End of stream, Andy. Alright, see ya.